Hello, welcome to this video on the Thomas Egenes Introduction to Sanskrit, Lesson 9. We'll be looking at pages 123 to 124, entitled Ramayana. This is just a very simple telling of the story. It's not the original Sanskrit. What I will do, it's given in Devanagari script here. You'll see line by line, the first line is given without sandhi and then the second line with sandhi. In fact, even the first line is partially given with sandhi, Dashratho Nama, for example. What I will do, I will read it out very slowly in the correct form, with the full sandhi, and then we will go through it sentence by sentence and analyze the vocabulary and the grammar of it. There is a key to it. You'll find the Devanagari transliterated at page 272 in the key, and with the translation at the bottom. But to start with, try to follow just by listening as much as you can. So I will turn. Oops, sorry. I will turn off my shared screen, and then I will read it out to you, and then we'll come back to analyze it. Ayodhyayan Dashratho Naman Ripo Vasati. Dashrathasya Chatvarah Putra Bhavanti. Putra Ramo Bharato Lakshmanah Shatrugno Bhavanti. Rama Sundara Shanto Virascha Bhavati. Nripo Rame Snihyati. Ramo Mithilam Lakshmanena Saha Gacchati. Tatra Rama Sitam Pashyati. Sitayam Snihyamiti Ramo Vadati. Back to sentence number 1. Ayodhyayam. That is the name of the city where Dasharatha, King Dasharatha, lived. Ayodhya means the unfightable or the unconquerable. You have the root yud, meaning to fight. Yodhya, something that can be fought with. Ayodhya, not fightable, don't attack it. The unfightable is unconquerable, unbeatable. Ayodhya, and is in the feminine form. Many place names actually in Sanskrit are in feminine form. The best known one in England is Amaravati. So Ayodhya, that's the place of the immortals. Ayodhyayam. So Ayodhya, the locative of the feminine nouns ending in a, the locative is ayam. So Ayodhyayam in Ayodhya. Dashratho, well, Dasha is 10. Ratha is a chariot. So it's King 10 chariots, the king of 10 chariots. That was his name, Dashratho. Or Dasharatha in the non-sandhi form. When you're saying what somebody's name is, you can often do it simply by putting the uninflected form of the neuter noun nama after it. So Dasharatho Nama, you will see, so he's called Dasharatho. You might have expected to see the instrumental form, which would be Namna, but you can just, it's more common and perfectly correct to have this uninflected Nama. Dasharatha, name, meaning by name. So Ayodhyayam Dasharathu Nama Nripo, king, Vasati, dwells, from the root vas. Sentence 2. Dasharathasya chatvara putra bhavanti. So here we have the genitive plus bhavati, meaning to have. So Dasharathasya, of Dasharatha, 4 sons are. That means Dasharatha has 4 sons. Chatvara is Chatvara. Four. Ch becomes a qu in Latin. Quattuor, chatvara is from the same root. And then into the modern languages, quattro, French quatre, and so on, from that same origin, chatvara. So Dasharathasya chatvara putra bhavanti, literally of Dasharatha, 4 sons are. Sentence 3. Putra Ramo Bharato Lakshmana Shatrugno bhavanti. This is just giving the names of the 4 sons. So Putra, the sons, bhavanti are, then the 4 names is Rama, Bharata, Lakshmana, and Shatrughna. And notice that in 3 of those, by Sandhi, the final A becomes O because of the following voiced consonant. So Putra, Ramo, Bharato, Lakshmana, Shatrughno bhavanti. Note, it could also have been written as Putra Ramascha, Bharatascha, Lakshmanascha, Shatrughnascha bhavanti, or you could have just put the ch after the last one. It would have been equally correct to say Putra Ramo, Bharato, Lakshmana, Shatrughnascha bhavanti. Equally correct. Sentence 4. Ramah Sundara Shanto Virascha Bhavati. Enumerating the qualities of Rama. So Rama, Sundara. Sundara just means beautiful, or from a man, handsome, good looking. Shanto, peaceful. In a Buddhist sense, it's not, of course, this is from a Hindu writing. In a Buddhist sense, it often means calmed and peaceful in one's inner life. So we have, for example, in the Karanyametta Suttas, Santindriyo, which in Sanskrit would be Shantendriya, which is Shanta Indriya, of calmed senses, one whose senses aren't on fire with wanting, but who are calmed and pacified. Shanta Indriya, Shantendriya. So Rama, then is Sundara, good looking, Shanta, peaceful, Virascha, and brave, bold, heroic. This word vira, it is cognate with the Latin word vir, meaning a man, and we get virile, virility, and so on. But in Sanskrit, it doesn't have any, or maybe it has a bit of a gender connotation to it, but anyone can be heroic or brave, so it's not restricted to men. It's just in Latin, of course, it is exclusively, by definition, within Latin, for males, whereas in Sanskrit, that is not so. Not quite as heavily so, anyway. It might be a bit so. I need to do some more research on that. Sentence 5. Nripo rame snihiyati. The root sni It means to be affectionate. There's a more fundamental meaning to the root. It's kind of like moisture, as in the moisture that makes things grow. It has the verbal noun with, as you'd expect, is sneha. You expect it because it's an e followed by a single consonant, so the e becomes gunated sneha. Sneha normally means affection, and it's a class 4 verb. This is why you see it's class 4. So it adds a ya to the root. So snihyati. And it takes a locative. So if you're affectionate towards somebody, that the person or thing, most commonly a person towards whom you're affectionate, is put in the locative case. So that's why it's Rame. So Nripo, the king, snihyati, feels affection, is affectionate towards Rame. Nripo Rame snihyati. Mithila is the name of another place. So Ramo, looking at sentence 6 now. Ramo Mithilam Lakshmanena Saha Gachati. So Rama Gachati goes to Mithila, so accusative of motion, Mithilam, with Lakshmana. So Lakshmanena Saha. Ramo Mithilam Lakshmanena Saha Gachati. You know the rule about a r in a word causing a following n to become retroflex unless certain blocking letters intervene. That same rule applies equally, and exactly the same blocking letters and non-blocking letters apply to the retroflex sh. That's where you have the Lakshmana. Notice now that that only happens once, as it were. So when you have the instrumental Lakshmanena, you don't make the second one retroflex. It only causes retroflexization once. Thereafter it's back to the normal dental. That's why it's Lakshmana, but Lakshmanena. But with Rama would be Ramena, because with the r there, taking the n retroflex, and the m not being a letter that causes you to shift the position of the tip of your tongue, does not block the retroflexing effect. So Ramena. So Ramo Mithilam Lakshmanena Sahagachati. Sentence number 7. Tatra the Rama Sitam Pashyati. So Sita is Rama and Sita, the great love story of the Ramayana. Tatra Rama Sitam Pashyati. Much more than a love story, of course, a huge long adventure. Tatra Rama Sitam Pashyati. There, that's in Mithila, which is Mithilayam. In Mithilam Gachati, Mithilayam in Mithila, Sitam Pashyati. He sees Sita. Sitayam, remember now, a locative because of followed by the verb or construed to the verb snihyami. I feel affection. Locative sitayam. Sitayam snihyami. I feel affection towards Sita. Iti Ramo vadati. Unquote, Rama says. So, Sitayam snihyamiti Ramo vadati. So I will read through the sentences with Santi just once more. And see, you can follow them either in the Devanagari or with the key at the back of the book, or just to try to listen, just to hear what's being said. Ayodhyayan Dashratho Nama Nripo Vasati. Dashrathasya Chatvara Putra Bhavanti. Putra Ramo Bharato Lakshmanaha Shatrughno Bhavanti. Rama Sundara Shanto Virascha Bhavati. Nripo Rame Snihyati. Ramo Mithilam Lakshmanena Saha Gachati. Tatra Ramah Sitam Pashyati. Sitayam Snihyamiti Ramo Vadati. Good, and that concludes lesson 9.